In terms of physical development of the neonate or the newborn, there are certain things that developmental researchers look at. They look at reflexes, they look at senses, and they look at certain preferences as well. We're going to primarily focus upon reflexes, although this gives you a brief introduction to all three. So what is a reflex? There are these involuntary behavior patterns, usually in response to certain cues. And we think they're there. Obviously, the ability of the neonate to engage in learning or abstract thinking is not really very well developed yet, not at all for abstract thinking. Learning, perhaps. But these reflexes enable interaction with the world. They increase survival. So let's take a look at some of the basic reflexes that infants or neonates are born with. So here's a list of some of them. Some of them that you may be more familiar with, others less, but the Moro reflex is the startle reflex. There's also one called the Babinski reflex. So the next page gives you, the next slide gives you kind of a chart of some of these reflexes, not all of them. So again, remember that these are reflexive, unconscious reactions to stimulation. So again, we have stimulation, response, and then the reasons why we actually think the infants are born with these reflexes, which is interesting because we're not sure why these two actually exist. But there you have it. So just make sure you're familiar with these basic reflexes and why infants have reflexes, what a reflex is, and what they enable the infant to do.